Well, Machine, I think it's so nice to have Thorin up on that desk because why would you actually want to read HLTV.org? Why wouldn't you just want someone to recite the stats off for you?
Burn. Straight off the bat, straight off the bat. I suppose you got to get your revenge either way, but obviously going into the matchup, moving away from maybe personal battles, we are going to have this match on Cash. Now, obviously we look towards this sort of FaZe roster, and so, like they were talking about in the interviews how they're looking to bring more maps or improve more maps. I'm not surprised at all that Cash is one of the ones they're going to move towards.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a map that like lends itself to a lot of the talent that FaZe has on their team. Alu as an opper, plenty of places for him. You can be aggressive on it as well. And I mean, Nico, I think just plenty of places to unleash that skill. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how they approach this map. And obviously, I mean, I do think that this will be the kind of watches, much like we watch SK to see how Phelps is going to integrate into this team. FaZe, I mean, all eyes are going to be on how Nico is coming along in this team. How restrained is he going to be? Are they building around him, or are they building him into a system? Like how is this all going to play out? So Cash is just kind of going to be interesting because you can go both ways with it. You can be very freewheeling, you can be very structured, and everything like that. So again, though, on this map, much like many others, mid control is the name of the game.
Yeah, and I think on the other side is where things get a little bit more interesting. At least during the qualifier, Dead Fox was almost dead silent. Like, he just had moments where it didn't even look like he was in the map, and obviously that's another sort of thing that if you're investing an AWP into this player, he needs to start actually finding those picks, doing the work, and we know that Alu is likely to be chugging along on the other side, so he has to have that big impact that they pretty much signed him for.
Well, and like also the big thing is Alu as an opera, like at the moment, isn't like some kind of like star opera that we saw from him in the past, maybe that we've seen from other operas in the past. But he's been incredibly consistent ever since Kerrigan took over and Keo came back into the lineup. Alu has been there just like that, like kind of like a rock. Like, he's not blowing off the scoreboard, but he's getting his kills every single time. The difference is Dead Fox, when you're up and down, like the op is a position that it doesn't have to be the best player in the world, but you have to be able to rely on the op to get those X numbers of picks every game. He has to be able to consistently hit the shots that you're putting him in position for. That's like the most important thing for an opper. Someone like Dead Fox hasn't been able to find that consistency, and that's why it's kind of hurting HellRaisers in a way.
Yeah, and I think, well, other players to mention that we've already gone through, sort of like Angel, I think, at least recently, has looked very, very good in this team. The problem is the younger players. I think Sticko still had his moments, but Zero, there was a point where he was actually one of the best, if not the best player on the whole team. But as of recent, again, it's sort of consistency. I think this whole team sort of you look at consistency and go, it's not really there.
The scary thing as well, like even outside of consistency, I mean, looking at this FaZe Clan roster, just like it's pretty deep. Oh, wow. Well, there's a good start for Dead Fox. That's a big name down. Nico's out of the fight already in this pistol round. One shot from Dead Fox drops him.
And the Deagle as well. He had invested all of his money into that trusty Deagle. I think it will go and be picked back up by another member of FaZe. It's going to be Rain to have it in hand, looking for that instant trade, but that's a quick start to the game already for HellRaisers. Now we have to see how there's going to be some sort of reaction from FaZe to get themselves back into this round.
Oh, another nice shot from Angel. The range of these USPs going to work. FaZe haven't been able to find a way to get close up, so these Glocks have done nothing. Alu's in a really weird spot. He knows someone's quad, but he was trying to lure him out. Really nicely done from Bondik. There's Kerrigan with the kill with that Deagle. We know FaZe is dangerous with them, but I think they've just been whittled down far too much to have an impact on this round.
It's going to be this rotation back towards B. There is actually only one player defending at the moment. It will be Zero. Spots out Keo. The bomb still just holding back to throw the smoke Molotov onto the site, trying to isolate, but now Sticko is back in play, rotating in, and they'll clean things up. Nice pistol round from HellRaisers.
Yeah, so many just clean kills right in the middle. Was it Angel and then Dead Fox opened it up with just a couple nice headshots. And from there, I mean, you don't really have anything to do as FaZe. You just have to hope and pray that Deagle from range is going to get you a couple kills. Now, we know this FaZe team, one of the things we realize at Katowice is how deadly they are, even if they lose the pistol run, even if they have, lose the control of the economy. Their Deagles on this team are so strong. We've had so many different lineups over the years in CSGO that have been dangerous on these kind of force buy scenarios. Well, FaZe is the newest one up with these Deagles. Kerrigan had a chance there. They don't connect, but you could see 4 Deagles purchased. That's a big investment for FaZe.
3 SMGs, a couple of rifles on the other side. Angel taking a very aggressive angle, but manages to win the duel and drop the bomb. It will have been spotted, but should be easy to retrieve for the T side. In the meantime, we are actually going to have a little bit of presence towards B to stop any further aggression, but again, just waiting to see if the CTs make any more mistakes.
It's actually not the worst angle to take, because, I mean, knowing if you're Angel, ooh, that might be a little bit too much. Going for the other peak, it is a good trade, but knowing that you're going against those Deagles, like being up on top of that box, like that's not somewhere that the Deagles are going to even be considering, because that's usually a one-and-done spot. But with the Deagles, they're just going for picks. They're not trying to swarm you. So you can actually get away with that kind of a position there, but going back to it was just a bit too much.
Yeah, well, it's not something you pre-aim, I guess.
Right.
It's not going to be a spot that you defiantly check every single time, so it works out once, but not the second time. Carrigan down to just 1 HP in middle as they look to split towards this B site. Only going to be 0. Now he's trying to take an off angle, but it doesn't work out. Alu pushing in will take him down. That's a bomb plant at least for FaZe in this round, but they've actually got it back down to a much closer scenario. DevFox pushing in will only be able to get 1, and now we look towards Carrigan as he denies any push through the smoke and leaves it down to a 2-on-2.
This is dangerous, though. I mean, low HP on Carrigan and Alu, but you know, all they need is a couple kills here. Alu playing right behind the smoke. There's the peek. There's the kill. Down into a 1-on-2. FaZe is on the verge of doing this, and they might. They're really freezing Sticko out. And there's Alu. He grabs the angle. A triple kill from him. Entrances onto the bomb site as well. And FaZe steal another second round away.
Not how that should have gone down, especially considering how low on HP the remaining 2 players were. Just the crossfire works out. Carrigan able to hit the first shot. Even though it was a body shot, it still did enough for them to actually take that round. And as you say it, they do what they do best. Break straight back, 1-1. And now we wait and see if HellRaisers have actually forced straight back into this. They've gone for flat Deagles, but not actually fully invested. They've kept a lot of their money back and just playing this relatively safe.
It's just such a danger at facet to this FaZe team that they've developed into this team that can just win these Deagle rounds so frequently.
They've gone for the meta buy.
Yeah, now, I mean, HellRaisers trying to do the same thing back. 5 Deagles this time. No armor invested. So it's just the Deagle prices. And 5 UMPs. So 5 Deagles, 5 UMPs.
What is this round?
That's not bad.
This is what Counter-Strike's come down to at the moment.
This is how far we've come.
Don't even need rifles anymore. It's just going to be straight onto pistols and SMGs. $12.50 invested and $600 obviously made back if you get yourself a kill. Default being held at the moment, just waiting for any further aggression to come out from this CT side. But they're just going to hold. This is where the Deagle is best. You wait and try and just take that peek as they maneuver around the corner. The run and gun of these UMPs, though, should be able to finish off any of these players. Well,
that's the thing. These Deagles have to ring true early on when FaZe actually attacks a bomb site. You know, you need to get the kills on the first 2-3 players coming out, just so that they can't get close up. You know, keep them at bay, force them to take ranged fights. Because once they do get close, especially without armor, it's going to be so difficult. The aim punch is going to be all over the place.
The split through mid. They do have 35 seconds left to play with the rotation already coming out, but they haven't not actually hitting the shots at the moment. Alu not able to connect, does some damage at least, but they've got 25 seconds left to try and make their move. These Deagles may just be able to do the damage. Rotation has come in. There's only 1 player now on the B side, but now they do look to get close. Rain with 2. Deagle from Sticko just spamming away, but he can't connect onto anyone, at least getting them low, and does get one through the smoke.
Not bad, but what else can you actually do? It looks like Alu is going to be here to cut off the fallback. He gets 1 kill before being traded off. Still, just losing the UMPs isn't as much economic damage as HellRaisers would obviously like to inflict. Not even going to be in this round to go for it. FaZe, that was very slow paced, and it seemed almost like it was confusing HellRaisers just a little bit. So it's going to be 2-1. FaZe sustained into the 4th round of the half with a lead. And this time it'll be, I mean, if Zero can keep this Deagle, drop the UMP over, they can have some tools to do a little bit more damage. He's trying to find 1 more kill, and he's got it. Can he get another? Rain does get away. There's Nico with 1 kill, but yeah, 4 kills, excuse me, with the bomb explosion. That's super nice for HellRaisers.
And now we look at actually how much money they have left in the bank themselves. A couple of players do have the ability to buy. Getting it down to just 1 man standing will sort of push that temptation to go for an investment. But it does look like they're just going to play things safe once again. They're not going to overdo it. They're going to play with the pistols and possibly the UMP that was kept into the previous round. A little bit invested into Kevlar. And if they can even just drop a couple of players here, they can at least make things very costly. It's only actually Alu with any real cash in the bank.
Fast pace. This time we see the MAC-10s come out, believing that they're going to go against some unarmored opponents, which is true. Alu, though, he's taken out. Zero with the help of Angel. Still close up with that 5-7. It's still dangerous, but actually Rain bails him out of a tough spot. He does eventually fall, and now all of HellRaisers are here, and actually FaZe is getting stopped cold in this entrance. They've got 1 rifle on Nico with that range, can be the deciding weapon. So can that Deagle, but there it is. Finally, Nico makes his move. He's got his first kill of the round. It's a 2-on-2 situation, though. This is damaging for FaZe. Even if they win this round, it's going to sting a bit.
And there's a definite fallback coming in for the CTs in the next. If they can do any more damage, you can see how wary this FaZe clan are actually being at the moment. Nico not wanting to be pushed through the smoke. They don't have any more utility other than one single flashbang. And Kio's just going to try and hold this at range. Doesn't want to let those pistols get anywhere near him. Sticko actually with a Deeg in hand, so there is potential for him to catch off one more. And then it'll be down to just Nico, but he'll hit the tap. First one down, leaving just Bondic to try and push back in. Obviously no kit, just looking to try and do a little bit of extra damage, and they'll finish him off in the end, at least converting the round, but that is still very costly.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, though, FaZe is able to keep 2 AK-47s in the next round, so really all they lose, I mean, some armor, some MAC-10s. Obviously, you don't want that. You want it to go cleaner, but they still have plenty of money built up from the 5 UMP round. Getting 4 kills that round was, you know, a big benefit to sustain through some of these losses. Op's going to be out in Alu's hands, and I mean, speaking of money, he's got so much, 9,600 for him.
I think that might be before
that's before the buy.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. There we go.
All right.
So it's not quite. They've actually done a lot of damage. So HellRaisers, if they win this round, could at least make things close, especially without a bomb plant. That could actually set them back. Jump down. DevFox is going to be holding the angle. I don't think Alu's going to repeat this, surely. That'd be such a risky play to go for. But instead, DevFox is going to go pushing, and he gets caught out. At least he's got confidence. Unfortunately, he's lost his life.
Yeah, that's you know, the verge of insanity there. That's a little bit late to be making that peak, especially when you've already faced off against the Opper. You know there was an op from, you know Alu was there waiting outside of B and still going for that peak. So this is tough because look how it spreads out the defense. 2 players are committed in B because they saw, you know, at least 2 to 3 players there. So that leaves, I mean, Angel's got to rotate between mid, and he can't actually defend against this. Definitely can't get picked off. So this A defense is very, very weak, and that's why you're seeing FaZe knowledge of the rotations. That's why you see them readjusting to the other side of the map. And, I mean, somewhere HellRaisers are going to have to take a risk. They're going to have to leave someone alone and just say, you know, good luck if they come your way.
Seems to be this challenge over towards middle, but Kio is going to win the duel. There's still 2 more players waiting, but just tapping away. He spotted a second, and in the meantime, the A site has completely fallen to this bomb. Rain able to just pincer back in, and, well, this will leave Sticko and Zero going to attempt to try and save their weaponry and bring it into the next round, but this has just been a complete shutout from FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, when FaZe gets that pick so early in the round, I mean, while FaZe is just readjusting, everyone is so patient. They know that the only way for HellRaisers to really get back into it, or the biggest danger, is HellRaisers having the info and stacking towards where they're going to hit. So Kio's just patiently waiting in mid, not really committing any fights, just a couple shoulder peeks and taps to try and get the headshot, which he lands. When that information peaks comes in, it gets immediately punished. So pretty easy, pretty standard for FaZe Clan. And the tough part is that's an expensive round to have that big of a risk with that op peak.
Yeah, the other thing is to mention that they actually, rather than going for any risky forces, they saved a couple of times. So they gave up a few rounds to enable them to actually get that big buy on the board. And, well, there goes the AWP. Matter of seconds, it's gone.
And also, they don't get any kills on FaZe. So that money is just right back into play. It's just going to start ballooning here. So FaZe in complete control early on of this matchup. HellRaisers going to have to figure something out moving forward. Likely not going to be this round. I imagine we'll see another pretty decent investment of Deagles from the CT side. Try and get a few kills. See if they can salvage a gun for the next round. But already Rain's going to shut Sticko out.
It's an interesting spot from Zero. Just trying to hide in the corner. Isn't spotted and going to catch out Carrigan at least. Takes down one. As you said, they want to be doing damage in these rounds, at least making it a bit more costly. They were able to in the previous couple. Actually did a lot better in their pistol runs than they did with the rifles, which, again, may just say something about Counter-Strike in general, but let's move away from that. Couple of players at the moment sat on the B site itself, but the bomb just waiting around that A main push, where there's only actually one man on the site, and that's going to be Bondic.
Much like the other round, Kio just playing it very passively, just watching for pushes. Last time he was anchoring down in mid, looking for the information plays. This time he's seeing if anyone is going to push toward him, holding this map control, so if his teammates want to rotate back, they've got the avenue. This time, though, HellRaisers appears to have taken the correct gamble. It's Bondic up at the A bomb site, and he's all alone. Zero is starting to cheat over towards the B bomb site, so if this does turn into that split, which it looks like it will, the defense is in position to give themselves the best chance possible to win this round.
Up close is going to be the first point of contact. The flash, actually Team Flash catches him out. He's going to have to try and fall back, and while their 1v1 just picked off, only Zero left. Does able to pick up one, but he's gone as well, leaving Bondic as the rotator to try and come in from heaven. couple of low players it gives him an opportunity, and actually that nade, if it catches the right person, could be absolutely perfect. He's just going to be waiting, and this looks like it's going to go perfectly onto Nico. He's gone. Another one dropped. Keo on 8 HP. If he can get Alu, there is a chance, but he's going to fall back in. Keo will finish him off, but still, 3 players dropped.
Yeah, that's not bad. Nice nade as well, just waiting for the sound cue to toss that out there, and good aggressive stance from Keo, even with low HP after that. Cover his teammate. So almost doable for HellRaisers, but it's not going to work out. Another buy is going to come in though, and I mean that's the thing. That's what FaZe has been so cautious in some of the previous rounds is running into that kind of a stack. You can see how deadly it can be even with just pistols. Again, Dead Fox with the AWP. Again towards the B bomb site. Sticko alone in mid at the moment, playing at sandbags. Keo had a good spawn, so he just wanted to take an angle, but he immediately drops that over to Alu.
And this time DevFox playing a much more passive angle all the way back. Mid control going to be challenged. And it will be a 1-for-1 trade, leaving Angel alone in mid. Doesn't have any sort of support, and he's gone. Nice shot from Rain, giving them that 4 versus 3 advantage. Now, in terms of his position, he's waiting and he's watching that Ven. He expected somebody to push back in, and well, it might have been the right decision, really, from HellRaisers if they wanted to have that sort of pincer. And you can see, as there's been no presence over towards this B site and the aggression that's come out from DevFox, they're already starting to rotate away. Yeah,
but it's a little bit dangerous because obviously if FaZe had just gone through vents, they circumvent DevFox's aggression and they just find an open B bomb site. And actually, at the moment, HellRaiser's not really defending any site. That's a good pick, though. That's the bomb down in a 3-on-3. No one is even close to it. They've got to go back and get it. So all plans to take over this A bomb site halt. And now look, HellRaiser is going to try and come through the connector and meet up with their teammates, maybe surprise the FaZe members. This round has really gotten awkward in terms of positioning.
And the problem is this is a horrible place to try and defend the bomb, but the smoke's actually going to just leave them out for a little bit longer. The remaining 2 players actually looking to go for a boost. I like this. They could catch the remaining spot out, and Bondik, he's going to get both. That one pick from DevFox has done enough to just ruin this round for FaZe, and now it's all on Rain. 20 seconds to go. He's got to try and get the bomb, run to a site, and there's 3 players defending it.
Brilliant aggression from Dead Fox that time. You see him got punished the first time around. This time it works in his favor. Rain trying to find the player boosted up, but it's not going to happen. Bondik closes the round out. And that's the thing. Rain is just trying to hold the A bomb site. The typical thing is someone's going to rotate over to just get the truck and just kind of hold and get information for his teammates. But instead, both HellRaisers players go in mid, so Rain just didn't have an opportunity to really get into that round until it was already over. Really good movement across the map for HellRaisers. And FaZe, due to some of the damage they've taken on those anti-ecos, money's gone. They're going to have another buy, but, I mean, after this, they won't be able to really scrounge any weapons together.
I love that boost as well, just because they clearly knew exactly where the AWP was. So for DevFox to repeat there, that was way too much of a risk. So they just take that risk out. They go, okay, they know where you are. Now, again, he is going to go for this aggressive play over towards the B side. I am liking the fact that he's playing so confidently at the moment versus FaZe. We'll see if it actually pays off. Molotov actually not going to push him out of position. He'll just be able to hold at this spot in the moment. And with Keo making his way forward, he may be caught out relatively soon. The rest of the team, again, still just holding for any sort of aggression. Pretty standard spots at the moment, with a little bit of control over middle, but it's only really Sticko here. So again, FaZe, they've been very good at challenging this spot, and they're going to try and take control once more.
Molotov's out towards checkers. One player boosted up. Angel just biding his time, waiting. With this boost, he's got 2 teammates here as well, so they can kind of lure him into that. And Dead Fox has meanwhile dropped that kind of aggressive stance. He switched it over with 0. There's Nico on the kill. I'm not sure Angel gets off the boost spot, or maybe he was right above the door. But either way, Nico finds him and gets the opening pick again for FaZe Clan. 5-on-4 scenario with 40 seconds left. They can wait. Pop Flash is going to come in. Bondik's turned around, but he mistimes it. And Alu takes advantage.
Yeah, he gets blinded himself, so there's absolutely no hope of him making anything there. And you can see the rest of the team just looking like they're planning on backing off. The A site has completely fallen. We are going to see a little bit of a hunt coming out as well. 0 will go down to Carrigan as he just catches one more. DevFox, well, no way he's getting out of that alive after the re-peak is made. And now you just see Sticko left over towards the CT spawn, trying to save his weapon. But I don't even think it will make that much of a difference. The HellRaisers only managing to win 1 round.
Yeah, I mean, this is now the situation. They win pistol and then lose, you know, immediately after that. And now they win a gun round, and they're about to lose immediately after that. So this is starting to get tough for HellRaisers to build any kind of momentum to string them together. And again, also, it's all 5 members of FaZe Clan surviving for the moment. In fact, none of them have taken any damage whatsoever. The pop flash through the smoke in A main is a nice idea, but just mistimed, poorly executed. And HellRaisers get punished in a big, big way for that.
They will at least keep that one rifle standing, but as you can see, for the majority of players, there isn't really much hope of a rebuy. And even saving into the next round, you'd have sort of that 1900 buffer, but you'd probably need that rifle to be kept again to actually get a decent buy back on the board. So they are going to call themselves a tactical pause, give themselves a minute to try and reset themselves. But what do you do here? Do you just go all in and try and win yourself a round, or do you wait for one and then potentially still have a similar buy if you lose the rifle?
The tough part is there's almost, I mean, obviously the aggression from DeadFox is if he's going to continue doing that, your rounds sort of live and die to a certain degree by that success. We saw one round he had the aggression and he lost, and they lost the round. The round he did it and he won the aggression battle, you know, they win the round. So you're living and dying by that a little bit, but also just be patient. You're giving away a lot of picks to the FaZe guys. I mean, a lot of openings are going towards the FaZe side of things. And from there, I mean, you're just having too many rounds where you're playing 4-on-5. So sit back a little bit more. Don't give away that pick. Try and see what's going to happen if FaZe actually executes, if they are the ones that have to be aggressive instead of punishing your own.
It does seem also that they're maybe trying a few too many things at once, like having the boost and the aggression, and then like players in middle as well.
I'm really confused what happened with that boost. Because I mean, I think he dropped down or got on top of the door, just tried to grab a kind of a cheeky angle. Maybe Nico was just ready for it, peering over the top of a smoke. But either way, I mean, that boost position is so solid, especially when you have a second teammate in A to really bait for you. I don't really see any logic in kind of getting off that spot.
In this round, at least, they are just going to go back to those trusty Deegs once more. A little bit of Kevlar behind it and a small amount of utility to at least try and hold off the army of FaZe. But they are going to be pushing back towards this A site, and they've been doing very well on it so far. Most of the time, in fact, even getting it for free. I think it's only really the round where well, actually, there's sort of second round where it was just Angel with that little boost spot, but they actually lost that round, so it's not really too beneficial in the long run. They've got a lot of presence going in towards middle, the boost into vent, and actually a defense from Z as well, but it's going to be this A take, and they have actually rotated the second player. Bondik goes for the peak, but he can't connect. Sticko will be there with that one rifle to trade one back, but he is really the only hope for this team other than the Deegs.
Yeah, nice flash to allow Deagle to get the kill. Finally, a smoke goes up to allow FaZe to cross, but Kerrigan's brought down low. There goes Nico. There's a chance here. Alu has a big job to do at forklift. This is the power position to defend against the retake, and even Keo watching the flank, he's got to come up and actually support his teammates because they're dwindling. And oh, Alu misses a shot, gets punished. Keo's position, he's now got to go huge because Kerrigan is so low. Kerrigan cannot afford to play contact, and Sticko with the M4, he could be the deciding factor. One kill for Kiyoshima. There goes Kerrigan. It's not planted for him. He can just stick this, and I don't think there's a chance Keo can do this, and there's not. What a round from HellRaisers.
DeadFox actually leaves the bomb just to go help his teammate once again. 3 kills from him with the Deagle, and he will even save himself an AWP, so that's absolutely wonderful going into the next round. They were already sort of saving anyway, so this is going to be a big boost and a big hit. Now, 5 players survived for FaZe, so they're in the previous round, so they had built up some money anyway, but before that, we saw that they were actually on a pretty risky, well, on a knife edge, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, their economy was like right on the verge of breaking, right? And now, I mean, they sustained a little bit, but that just bought them essentially this one round. So a little bit tough, especially considering DeadFox picking up the op. That's a big investment that he doesn't have to make. This time he's going to go towards mid, though. So he's been at the B bomb site. Now he's going to play a little bit more of a swing position. Missed Molotov from Kerrigan there, and it looks like this time FaZe, they don't want anything to do with map control. They just want to hit this A bomb site. Alu's got the door open very, very early on, looking for a pick out the doorway. Unfortunately, he's not watching highway, so now DeadFox has the angle, and Alu, oh no. Oh, the elbow is showing, so DeadFox knows it's coming. Easy pick for him.
And actually, they've been denied by pushing out in any sort of way by the utility used from this CT side. So they're just going to have to fall back, try and take a re-pick. I actually quite like the complete switch of dynamic. We saw Angel now go aggressive over towards mid because of the support of that AWP, although it did rotate away to get that initial shot. However, we can see the T side, they haven't actually gone anywhere. They've just sort of given the illusion that they have, and there's no aggression from HellRaisers, so they don't really know anything other than what they've seen previously.
Nico's turn with the AWP. Smoke down on highway. It's kind of to eliminate one of the oppositions, so Nico can just pre-aim at the top of rafters, saying if an opper sees a smoke there, someone's going to get up to try and grab info. Doesn't happen this time, and actually it looks like Bondik wants to play a bit of a retake in a 5-on-4, so allowing the bomb plant to go down. Danger position from DeadFox, but again, he wins this battle one more time of being the aggressor. Nico switches out to the AK-47, a little bit more versatility, and HellRaisers can just be patient until these smokes clear.
Yeah, they managed to do very well at actually retaking this site with just pistols. Now they have everything they need. Plenty of utility, especially coming in from the rotating players. And, well, just standard spots currently being held. Nico looking for some aggression around this smoke. He needs to try and make a play. Spots out one, looks for a second, but Zero and Sticko trade two back, leaving just Keo over towards main. The bomb's not planted for him. There's nothing he can do, and a very successful retake from HellRaisers.
Such nice patience from HellRaisers on the retake. Obviously, a 5-on-3, you feel like you can afford to be that patient, but Nico, he wanted to make a play, and he had a pretty clever spot just looking through like the gap in the smoke against the red box, and just no one really showing for that play to be made. He had to go hunt it down as the smoke was about to expire, and from there it's an easy retake. That kind of triangle collapses a bit. So HellRaisers right back into it. Here's the thing. We saw FaZe win a round with Deagles earlier in this half. They lost the pistol, and this time actually they have plenty of money. They have enough money to go for an AWP on Alu. They've got 2 AK-47s, UMP, and a Tech 9 as well. So pretty solid buy, all things considering, from FaZe.
Yeah, the bomb going down does seem to have bolstered their economy a little bit, although after there could be problems, and already first pick will go the way of the CT side. The aggression working again, and Sticko's going to continue it. Goes straight through mid, takes down Carrigan. They've now lost one of those rifles. It was initially picked back up from the kill that went on to Keo, but other than that, all they've done is the same as last round. They've lost the 2 picks, which previously they were actually winning almost every single time. Yeah,
now HellRaisers are starting to feel like they're getting in the swing of things just a little bit. Dead Fox winning a couple of these rounds, pushing out B, getting a pick, and Sticko follows it up, and Kerrigan's not expecting it whatsoever. Tough spot now as all map control is lost for FaZe. This is a big risk from Nico, obviously, just kind of rushing through. He wants an AK-47 because he knows he's going to have to be able to make plays. Just can't do it with the UMP. Molotov's out for HellRaisers, a boost up as well. FaZe is pretty much committed to this A hit at this point. Smoke is still up, but it's going to subside quickly. Alu waiting for a peek. It's not coming. Now he's got to swing out, which exposed him from so many angles. And again, HellRaisers just being patient, just turtling up. They know they don't need to actually chase down these kills. FaZe has to commit, and they don't have the manpower.
Yeah, same spot working again. Nice shot from Nico. We'll give them one onto the side, but there's still a player in quad, and DevFox holding the cross to take down Nico, leaving just Alu with the AWP. He's got 20 seconds to try and make something work. Caught as he looks to fall back, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway as Zero was in on the flank. Another round coming in, 3 in a row, in fact. And yeah, Angel may be at the bottom of the board, but a lot of the kills he's getting are quite impactful.
The in-game leaders, I think, is what they're pointing out, Angel and Kerrigan. I think right before we switched to this beautiful display of gun cases, there was a pause called by FaZe, and that's not a bad idea because at the moment they're starting to get punished. While early on they kind of won the battle of preventing any kind of aggressive commitments from HellRaisers, now they're starting to lose them. This is a couple rounds now. Dead Fox has been effective. Sticko followed it up with that mid push, and especially considering that mid push was a kill onto Kerrigan, that's going to be frustrating for him. So that's him especially just saying, all right, we need to readjust. We need to rethink this game plan. Some of these spread out defaults are starting to get punished.
Yeah, and the good thing is, well, at least from the HellRaisers' perspective, we saw them losing pretty much every round where the pick didn't go their way. In the last couple, the pick has definitely gone their way. It's been DevFox winning most of these duels. He's currently top of the board in the whole server. Nico the closest to him, and this was definitely one of the win factors that was sort of talked about on the desk, that DevFox needs to be there. He needs to be someone that steps up, and so far he has been.
Yeah, he's putting together a very high impact game at the moment, so that's nice to see, especially if you're a HellRaisers fan. Meanwhile, we haven't really seen a lot of the wins out of FaZe were pretty clinical. We haven't really seen like the dynamic playmaking of Nico. We haven't seen any kind of fancy opping or any kind of like strategies that just kind of blow you away. It was more just get the pick and slowly strangle the life out of HellRaisers in that specific round. Deagle's out again, 4 of them for FaZe. Can they repeat their second round performance?
Yeah, this time, of course, they are against a full buy. So I'm sort of hoping for sanity's sake that they won't. But to start things off, Angel, this time playing over towards middle once more, will be taking down Rain. Now, the rest of the team, of course, just looking for these picks, and they're going to keep challenging onto Angel, and he is very happy to oblige by returning the kill onto them. Again, 2-man advantage for HellRaisers. They haven't really thrown any of these away so far. It seems that when they get the initial kills, they have been working with it, other than, I suppose, against the pistols. So maybe this will be the one that changes that fact.
Also, I mean, you're kind of seeing some of the limitations of these Deagle, these mass Deagle buys on the T side, especially is, you're not, since they're more expensive, you're not investing a whole lot into utility. So if you're not getting the picks of the Deagles, It's kind of like this round. You look a little bit lost with nothing to do because you have to go for a pick, so you have to almost rely on a peek out of HellRaisers. No one at the moment is doing that, so Nico's going to have to go chasing it down. No one you'd want more to do that. Angel in the battle on the reload. Nico's going to turn the corner. Great timing, great game sense. And again, nice baiting from Kiyoshima to use that entire clip from Angel, giving Nico essentially a free kill.
Sticko, in the meantime, has got back through middle, so we'll be on a quick flank. But there's actually only one player on the site. Bondig with a lot of work to do. He needs to make sure they don't catch him, and that should be a plant. That's more than they really needed in this round. 2 players down, got themselves a plant, and picked up a weapon.
Oh, what a hero. Oh, Keo! This is doable. He's got 2 kills at all. 0, thank God he shuts him down because of that kind of a shot. You could almost feel it building. It's going to be 6-6. HellRaisers on a bit of a run here.
Yeah, Alu just going down with the ship. Just deciding, well, get the bomb plant, that's what we needed.
Yeah, what a champion he is. In the flames, just get the bomb planted. $800 for the team.
And what it means, it will boost their buy going into the next round. They only really invested Deagles into this one, and they actually took down quite a few players as well. I think 3 players dropped, so at least making things costly for HellRaisers.
Yeah, and also I think it's I mean, on top of that plant, the extra 800, I think it's 4 rounds in a row that they've lost now, so it's a pretty decent losing bonus to have. So yeah, AWP out, AK-47 is pretty much full utility as well. Anything that FaZe could want, they've got it in this round.
Of course, we even up the scoreline 6-6 once again. Actually, 2 players making their way over towards that squeaky door early in this round for the T's. A little bit of a peek, and this time it's on the A site. A switch out from DevFox, maneuvering that up over to the other side of the map. Rain is going to be waiting, playing passively, doesn't want to overdo things. You have to be careful in this sort of spot from DevFox because you're very vulnerable to the door behind. If somebody pushes out, you're normally left in a sort of no man's land and really need that support from your teammate.
This is the kind of dynamic opping you just love to see on the CT side. So he's been in middle, he's been over at B a couple times, now he's at A. So difficult if you're FaZe to go against it. You just had that pause where maybe you cover the game plan to neutralize DeadFox being aggressive at B, and all of a sudden he's on the other side of the map. Easy find for Rain, though. Angel all alone in mid, just trying to be a little bit sneaky, and it doesn't work out. DeadFox is rotated over, though, with the AWP. He's got Kerrigan trapped in, and he's got the equalizer. Now does he peek out more? He does. Of course he does, and he gets punished. 2 players in checkers, though. Keo waiting on the other side of the smoke.
In a decent position, and will have heard the drop down as well. His teammates, in the meantime, though, are going to be pushing towards this A site. Bondik, the one man to try and hold this one down. The rotation is actually going to take a little bit of time, but he spots out one, peeks in, just has to fall back, doesn't really want to overface this, but they're pushing onto his position. He loses his life, and now Sticko is there to try and trade things back. He will actually dunk the nade onto the planter, doing damage, catches out onto Nico as well, already doing a lot, and well, his teammate, or his opponent's teammate, is quite far away, so he may have a good chance to actually just defuse this. He's going to go straight for it. There's nothing that can be done. The running Keo has no chance, and that'll be the defusal. Great round coming out from Sticko, winning a round that they probably shouldn't. Yeah, they definitely shouldn't have, and what a smart play from Sticko as well. When his teammate goes down, he killed Nico, and he's in a 1-on-2. And just based off where the kill comes in, he knows he's essentially got a 1-on-1 at that A bomb site. So he just forces the issue, gets highly, highly aggressive. Rain can't handle it. He can't just stall for time. And Kiyoshima, it's just not planted for him. He has no chance of preventing that defuse from coming in. This is a brilliant recovery in this half from HellRaisers, down 6-2 at one point. And now it's FaZe Clan on their heels. Yeah, bomb plant, max loss bonus. It will be another buy and a costly round. Every single player dying for the CTs, but there's DevFox again. Aggressive play, catches out Nico. Not the man you want losing early in these rounds, and this time it's just working so well. This time it's indoor, so I mean, yeah, it's over at the A bomb site, but that's about the 4th different place he's actually presented himself being aggressive to his opponent. So, I mean, such a difficult thing to read, especially for someone who's so well respected as an in-game leader as Kerrigan. His ability to adjust on the fly, not able to figure out DeadFox in this game. How do you adjust to that? Just watch everything. Yeah. That's pretty much what you can do. Well, this is still, I mean, the one big criticism you could have of FaZe's T-side so far at the moment is that they're still kind of running these defaults to start with. They're not kind of adjusting at anything where they pick up the pace, where they hit some kind of a bomb site. DeadFox has never really had to retake a site because he's the one initiating action. So either wins it or he loses it. And in these past 5 rounds, it's been all victories for him. Going to see the pop flash over, a little bit of a fake over towards this B side at the moment, but the push is already coming in, and DevFox is just cleaning up. 2 kills for him with the AWP. Carrigan trying to rotate will catch 1, at least making things possible, I suppose, but the bomb being down is just horrible. They're going to throw out a load of utility. 25 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like the T's are just out of there. They're not going to challenge in this round. The rest of their team should be able to buy up off the max loss bonus, and they just look to keep this AWP onto Alu.
Yeah, I'm surprised, to be honest, to see that FaZe hasn't broken out of that trend, that default kind of style they're playing. Maybe it changes on the last round, maybe to catch him off guard, but I mean, this slow-paced style is just giving deadFox plenty of time to find picks. This time, he gets 3 kills. The only 3 kills that HellRaisers is going to have in the round. That's tough. This is tough to swallow if you're FaZe. At one point, we're up 6-2. You've lost 6 in a row, so even if 6 is like an adequate number for this half, you're still going to feel like you lost.
Well, just mentally, just thinking this through, saying, okay, we had such a commanding lead, and for everything to sort of fall back. And a lot of them were very close rounds as well. We talk about that sort of 1v1. A lot of the FaZe rounds were just complete whitewash. But the ones from HellRaisers, there's been a lot of sort of nitty-gritty rounds that could have gone either way. But that one, at least, perfectly clean. They'll have everything for this final round. The T's a little bit lackluster in terms of utility. And once again, they're still going for this same sort of setup, just playing slow, waiting for any sort of aggression. Although Keo, this time, actually pushing quite aggressively onto B.
Counter boost this time. It's not deadFox, but more aggression. Can he get 2? He runs out of bullets. Only 20 bullets in the M4A1, and now Bondek, it's his turn as well, but Rain's ready for it. They sustain, and actually, all things considered, they come out on top of this. But, I mean, look at the map. This is the tough part. Even though FaZe has an equal 3-on-3, all the players are split up. 1 door, 1 A main, and 1 was in mid. And here's deadFox, the man of the half. FaZe has got to find a way to beat him here.
They still have utility to spare as well, just being able to deny any of these pushes. Still plenty of time, so FaZe don't really need to force the issue as of yet. Sticko is low on HP. We actually have Zero very aggressively in mid as well. This should just give any information if they try and rotate. Nice shot from Nico, will open things up, but that rotate may just be a little bit slow. If deadFox can actually, well, if he loses his life, if he goes down over towards quad, this round could be over, back down, but he picks up the kill. Nice shot onto Rain, leaving just Nico to challenge the man himself, but he'll miss the shot. Zero coming in on the flank. Will he be expecting it? Ooh, almost gets it, but Zero, 9-6. A big streak of rounds from HellRaisers, and they take the half.
That is a ridiculous flick shot there from deadFox at the end. And yeah, Nico's almost able to adjust on that kill, but I mean, the big thing is deadFox having one of those games where, yeah, it looked a little bit dicey at the beginning, but once he caught fire, he really dictated this half.
Yeah, absolutely incredible performance. I quite like to see the scoreboard, but I imagine as it is halftime, we will be throwing to a quick break and back for half number 2. Welcome back. We are going to be going into half number 2 relatively shortly. A great recovery coming out from HellRaisers, winning a ludicrous amount of rounds in a row, really. Didn't expect it to go that way after the start that they had.
Yeah, I mean, tactical failure from FaZe to really identify any way to counter what DeadFox was doing. They had a lot of time to do it, up 6-2 at one point. I mean, it was like that's one of those things you expect to be changed up, that default style just not working out and no real adjustment. But this time, this will be interesting. HellRaisers, 4 players with Glock armor, and not a smoke, just a Molotov and an HE grenade on DeadFox.
The full decoy cavalry thrown out in towards middle. Don't think it's going to be blowing any minds. And just as the last half, we seem to be getting a lot of repetitive rounds, but Keo started things off with a lovely one-tap onto Sticko. The push will be coming out into middle. Angel able to trade one back. It's only Nico on the site to try and do everything he can, but he's just missing the shots. Everybody missing the shots. Zero will pick up one. DeadFox finally finished him off, and it's just not enough. They don't hit any of the shots other than the first, and it leaves Alu alone. Yeah, that's actually, I mean, that is just a lot of missed shots out of the FaZe side of things. Outside of Keo's brilliant opening, they just collapse from there on. Alu, you know, 1-on-4, you can't really ask him to do a whole lot in that situation. 3 kills for 0. HellRaisers gets up highway and swarms that bomb site so quickly. FaZe just couldn't do anything. I mean, Nico was put in a really tough spot with 2 players coming up highway, 2 players coming out A main. It's kind of like pick your poison. He was given the opportunity, though. Like, yeah, that's just true. With the he did have a chance to at least get 1, right? But then again, you have to say Angel missed enough bullets as well. I think they were both in each other's face for a huge amount of time. But these are the rounds we talk about with FaZe. The Deagle's back in play, 3 of them. A couple of CZs as well to boot. But it's quite a safe buy, in fact, coming out from HellRaisers. 3 rifles in play, a couple of UMPs. Not going to be going on that complete money farming mission that we saw from FaZe. They want to at least have a bit of advantage when it comes to range battles. Ooh. Nico out in the open just gets deleted. That's a nice shot. Keo challenging just a little bit, but not a whole lot. It's tough. I'm trying to figure out what might have been Nico's play. Like getting close up, I guess, would have been the option, but can't really do anything about it. Rain is still pretty much snuggled right next to the door over at the A bomb site, and full mid control goes over to HellRaisers, and they're just waiting for pushes. Alu obliges him, but wins the battle with the CZ anyways. He's going to go recover the AK-47 and even get away. Like 15 HP, you expect he's going to pass that off to a teammate, but no one's really here to get it. Yeah, the solo AK just over towards B, not working out at all. Does mean that he can go for those sort of one-taps while sitting on the site, but he's solo on HP. There's plenty of utility as well, and every single player at the moment building up towards this B site. Smokes will go out, covering off every single angle, and Alu doesn't even get to shoot a bullet. He's down before anything can happen. Already the AK is going to be retrieved, and, well, this should be shut out now. Even maybe just saving these weapons and trying to bring them into the next round could be a good option for FaZe. Pretty cool from HellRaisers to just hit the B bomb site after losing 0 in that fashion to Alu. Just because with where he got killed, I mean, if you're FaZe, Alu gets that kill and he's like, he's the only one I see, guys. Like, this is the only one here. So FaZe rotates to try and cheat over towards A with their pistols, and HellRaisers goes right back at B where Alu was the only defender with that AK. Which is pretty cool. A little bit unfortunate for FaZe misreading the situation. 11th round. I mean, we'll just keep track of it. This is now 9 straight for HellRaisers. FaZe have not been able to get back into this game. And now things start to get a little bit worrying. They don't manage to break back like they did in the first half. It is both pistols actually for HellRaisers, although they didn't convert the previous one. But I still look at this though and go, okay, there's a couple of pistols. Maybe they can do a little bit of extra damage. The likelihood is though that maybe Zero will pick up a MAC-10 or just go straight for a rifle and then just have the sort of full rifle by going into this next round. But they played that one smart. They made sure there was no way that AK could really do too much, especially as just considering you normally only put either 1 or 2 people. So the likelihood of him even being able to throw that AK over to someone was quite slim. It was a bit unfortunate, though, that his teammate had already rotated away and he couldn't just hand it over to someone who could have done a lot more damage. The ideal situation. Even when the smoke came in, you could see like Alu didn't even want to fight. He like tried to bail out, tried to like jump away, just couldn't make it. Aggression towards B again. Zero's going to handle both of those easily. Yeah, not this time. Not this time. You can try. You can fool me once, but he's not going to allow you to do it again. Takes both players. The AK will remain in his hand. Nice shot from Carrigan. Will be able to take 1 down. And it is mainly rifles on the side of the T's, so they don't want to be losing too many in this sort of round. It is only 1 invested player. Nico does have himself a deagle. See a little bit of aggression, but you can see Zero just playing things smart. He is just that sort of lurk player at the moment, waiting for any sort of aggression, holding to make sure nobody can get him from behind, and he's done his job perfectly. 3 kills this round.
Yeah, unfortunately for Nico, even with this deagle, maybe he gets a kill, but I don't see a scenario in which he's going to be able to salvage a rifle into the next one. It would be brilliant if he could grab, you know, the AK-47. That would be huge. Just looking in HellRaisers, you can see the 2 players almost in unison just jumping up in this A bomb site, trying to find the information. They've got it now. No, it shouldn't be a whole lot more danger. Dead Fox is going to end things with a glue. So FaZe, I mean, just because of that first half and the hole they've kind of put themselves in, they don't have a lot of mistakes to give up. This is a very, very sick performance from HellRaisers.
Yeah, we're up to 10 now. So 10 rounds in a row for HellRaisers. The buy will be coming back into this one. Interested to see whether or not Alu will actually be able to field an AWP. I think he may have invested, though, with the pistol, so I don't think he's going to have that AWP yet. No, so no AWP for Alu. It's just going to be the flat rifles, limited utility, no head armor, which against the Galil and the UMP will have a little bit more effect. And, of course, Dev Fox is going to trade straight up to that AWP.
Interesting little off angle from Rain. He's got no one to really help him out. He's got 1 player in vents, that's Kerrigan. But, I mean, the danger for FaZe in this is that the utility is dwindling for the CT side. It's a risky position again for Nico out in the open, just playing with the smoke. But if the door opens, he doesn't really have a whole lot of protection from that angle. And it is going to open. There it is, 1 kill for him. He's traded off. 2 for 2 to get into this A bomb site.
That's absolutely fine for the T side. The quick rotation will be coming in, but as said, they've got no utility to attempt to try and retake this site. They've just got to do it on pure aim, but at least Rain is doing the damage early on. It will be the trade out from Angel, the peak working, leaving it back to 2 versus 2, and they're both on highway. Angel cleans it up. All 3 kills for him. The last 2 were pretty low as well, but that is it. 13-6 now, and well, the money again, it's going to be troublesome.
Great composure from Angel. Very, very nice aim, just keeping it under control, a headshot angle. And they all line up, and he knocks them all down, and this is very rough.
Yeah, one hell of a performance overall. Obviously, we always talk about the idea of not wanting to get off to that poor start. FaZe are a team that, at least after their performance in the previous tournament, everybody was looking at to sort of come out of the works.
The grand finals, they looked amazing.
So now that they're in that first best of 1, obviously they will go and likely play against another team, or they will play against another team that loses if they are to lose this game. They're not out of it yet. Still a long way left to go. Those 3 rounds can be just that little bit more difficult. Zero tagged down early on. A little bit of aggression coming out, but a lot of the time that aggression has come in the same spot every single time. It's been B.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time that they've pushed B on a round where they only have pistols, right? So Zero's plenty used to that by now. Gets the kill down to 1 HP, but it's not going to matter a whole lot. Now they just reconvene over towards the A bomb site. Use all the utility, make sure there's no stone unturned, and just take it over. Nico would have to have one of those iconic, legendary Deagle rounds to hold this off.
He's been pretty quiet so far. Had his sort of moments in the rounds that they were actually winning, but not anything too crazy just yet. Gets 1, but it's quickly traded out. Sticko not going to allow any more frag movies to come in from him. Carrigan pushing back into the site. Actually gets through the smoke. Does get close. Finds 1 and 2. Big play coming out from Carrigan. And while Zero is on 1 HP, it is down to the in-game leader. He doesn't have any armor to play with, so the aim punch is going to be on point at this moment in time. Molotov will push him off the site, and while Angel, the aim punch does punish him, and he'll win the round.
What a play from Kerrigan, though. Wily to come through that smoke and even give himself a chance into that round. Almost able to pull it off. Like you said, the aim punch, though, can't really do a whole lot in that situation, and HellRaisers just edging closer and closer to victory in this game.
Now we are right down to those last couple of rounds. HellRaisers just looking to try and push this one over the line. It will be an investment. Actually straight in with double AWPs. Alu no armor behind it. Nico looking to try and switch up his gameplay a little bit. He's going to be just holding solo over towards A while the aggression will come out in the meantime over towards this B side. The push out into middle. Dev Fox burns down 1, and that's already the 1 mid player gone. Rotation will come in, but this will just isolate them on the A side, so they're just trying to fill the holes, and it seems like there's too many to fill at the moment.
I think FaZe is starting to feel the pressure a little bit. They've completely evacuated this A bomb site. They're really feeling the hurt when they lose a play. It doesn't seem like they have the confidence in their ability to hold these bomb sites. And the tough spot now is Nico down to 11 HP, and he does get found by Sticko, but I mean, they had double op, so they can't really retake bomb sites. It's Rain holding from Truck. He's got to be stellar, but it's just not going to happen. The bomb's already going to traverse its way in, and HellRaisers, this is good positioning for them to hold on to this round.
Need one to try and defend. Rain will actually be able to bring this back to a 3 versus 3. So maybe there's a little bit of hope, but as you said, they've still got an AWP in play. They've got no utility. They do at least have a kit. And this is sort of one of those spots. Well, I guess they sort of have to go for it. They're so far behind that not going for it now would just be giving them map point and trying to fight back 9 rounds in a row. But they're taking it very, very slow. It will be Rain to make the push in, gets himself another kill. Zero to quickly trade things back and makes his way onto the site as well, looking for more. Carrigan is down, and it's all on Rain. He's got himself a 3rd kill. Bondik in a 1 versus 1, but Bondik will close it. Low HP Rain can't do anything there. And although these rounds are getting close, it's still HellRaisers taking every single one.
Yeah, it's been so many in a row now.
13?
I think 13 now in a row. This has been unbelievable stuff. And I mean, even that round, in a 4-on-3, about to make their way into the site, some questionable peaks allow FaZe to actually have a doable retake there. But I mean, it just doesn't pan out in the end. HellRaisers dominating, you could almost say. I mean, it almost doesn't feel that way because FaZe had such an early lead. But I mean, you would, under other circumstances, you would just say this is a dominating performance out of HellRaisers. FaZe has had no answer.
And now they have to go for a jumbo sail buy into what could potentially be the last round of this match. And, well, it's not particularly good. They have a FAMAS, a couple of UMPs. They do have a couple of rifles, a kit, a little bit of utility, a fair bit actually on Nico. But they're up against this full buy. They're up against what they've struggled to sort of battle against all the way through this match. They're going to go for a little bit of mid-presence early. And just look how passive. Zero is so used to this B aggression that he's sitting all the way back towards spawn.
Well, it's all going to be on Rain and Nico. I mean, those are probably the 2 players you'd want to hang your hat on if you had a match on the line, but they've got to hold off this hit at 15 rounds. FaZe have to win 9 straight to force overtime. The edge of that smoke looked a little bit dangerous. He wants to make a play. He's going to go for it. Right when this Molotov extinguishes, he's going to run partially through it. And there he's not ready. Bondik just falls for it. Now this is very awkward. HellRaisers might not want to move forward. That's too many different angles they'd have to check. Too wide of angles they'd have to clear out. And what a shot from Angel. Keo just going for information, just gets shut down.
And now that may actually just opt back towards this A side. They've taken complete mid-control. 2 players still sat over towards B. Nico will be able to do more, though. Stops any squeaky presence. Rain on the site, peeks out, goes down. And, well, now Nico is the only defense. He's got to try and hold this rotation being caught out. Angel just looking, but there goes Nico. These are the plays that we look to him for. He picks up 4 kills, going for the ace. Can't quite finish things off himself, but there's no time. His teammates just have to hide, and that's a round based off 1 man alone.
God-tier performance from Nico in that 1 round, but I mean, even then it gets a little bit dicey. Great job by Nico, aggressively pushing that door, staying alive, having another angle that, I mean, that's why HellRaisers, you could see they didn't really want to hit that to begin with. They tried to fall back and go up mid. Not sure why they didn't just commit to that. Maybe it was they just felt nervous because of the time, but that's exactly why they wanted to avoid it, because Nico has so much power in that position. 15-7, regardless of the plays just made, it's still got to be 8 more in a row.
Yeah, there's no lack of money. In fact, they come out with the better buy once again. This time, I'm going to see push over towards his B site from a couple of players. There's normally just been Zero there, but DevFox waiting for that pick. Now this time they're still playing passively. I think they have realized we've done this too many times. Keo up close at mid spot. Has a little bit of support. Rain almost just going to try and play things off by waiting back, taking a few pot shots and baiting them into the position of Keo. And once again, of course, it's going to be Nico alone on this A site. Did magnificent things in the previous round, but that has been one of few.
Rain was spotted out in mid, but I don't think they realize Keo's here. He's got an awkward position with no smoke in mid, so he hides back into the vents. Completely giving up the A bomb site, full mid control for FaZe. They're going to try and keep it. Rain's the only one here. The spray is just not connecting. That's ugly. Angel punishes him for that, and Nico is feeling very, very alone on highway. He's got to defend the A bomb site, got to play a retake there, and also be mindful of mid. He does have a teammate in connector who's smoked out at the moment, but they both get a kill. It's a 4-on-3. Nico re-peeking. He drops down. 30 seconds left. It's a 3-on-3.
Seeming maybe a little bit unnecessary. That nade is going to do so much damage to Bondic, and they actually have 2 players on this site. They've read this perfectly. Still will be a 2 versus 3, but Alu is ready and waiting. Picks up the first. Bondic very, very low. It has to be Zero to try and make the play. Gets 1. Karrigan on the site. Rotation already coming back in from Keo. He spotted 1 and the bomb. They know this is going to be where the hit comes in, and that's finished. Done and dusted. Nice round from Keo. 3 kills for him. And FaZe back once more.
Yeah, they get locked out. That nade in events really hurt that hit because, you know, one player is blocked off by a Molotov from being aggressive at B, and then it's just Bondic who's the one who has to kind of make the entry, but he's only got 2 HP. So then they had to rely on the op, and that just slows everything down, buys the time for Kiyoshima to come in behind. Things getting a little tense out there. HellRaisers with the tactical pause. Still a massive lead, but not wanting to let things slip away too quickly before they address issues.
Well, yeah, after 13 rounds in a row, they lose 2 and decide that that is the point,
right.
point to take
right,
a tech
boys.
pause. But it's always better to do it early. You don't want to let anything get out of control. You don't want to let FaZe start to build into this one because they've definitely got, well, if you get some of these players when they're confident, they can be invincible.
Are we using the major timeout rule set here?
30
with
seconds.
The 4 30-second timeouts?
Yeah.
So yeah, so you've got one you can use early. You've got one you can use late as well if you feel you need another one. So no reason not to at this point. FaZe trying to make the comeback happen. A couple of these rounds, I mean, even as CT, FaZe is just like barely managed to like claw themselves back into it or keep themselves in the round. Bondic sits very close to his monitor.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to be blind by the time he's 30. Just
yeah,
like he must play black bars. I don't care, because if he doesn't, then he can't physically see the rest of the screen.
He actually has to turn his head to see the whole screen.
Just madness. But it seems to be working. They're up 15-8. Actually going to go just for a couple of pistols in this round. Have the loss bonus build up behind them. They'll be getting themselves 2,400 into the next round, so it should be enough to get a decent buy. Deadfox has been huge with this AWP. Nico stealing the Angel spot on top of Red. Just going to wait for them to push back in. He's got support already in the form of Rain, who has his trusty UMP and wants to make some cash, but that's a nice shot from Zero. Bomb not going to be making its way onto the site yet. The jump will come out from Bondic.
That was sick. I thought they were gonna I thought that was gonna be like a run boost through the smoke to try and get him to quad, but just a boost up over the corner of the smoke. And now, I mean, it's just kind of sit and wait. See if FaZe is going to oblige again and push and give you another kill.
They've just got to play that patience game. The thing is, they don't really have much to play with. It's only that Deagle onto Zero. And well, there's the bomb drop. They know exactly where this is coming in now. Nice shot again, though. Leaving just Rain. If he goes down, maybe there's a bomb plant, but calm and collected. Exactly what basically comes with Rain, to be honest. And, well, that will be another round on the board. Still losing a couple of players, though, but ultimately they're buying and, well, they're buying until they either lose the match or get to equal.
Nico's just trying to figure out if they boosted over that smoke to get picked off. Now, I mean, you can analyze and have any kind of idea of what that might mean. I mean, that could just be a little bit of stress where, maybe he's just like, of course I just got shot through the smoke. That's when if you're a HellRaiser, you say, no, I just shot through the smoke, just blindly. Just my day, I guess. 15-9 now. Alu on the AWP. Karrigan's going to get aggressive at the B bomb site, and this is one thing, I mean, like, HellRaisers hasn't actually postured through, like, the typical B route. Every time they've gone through the B bomb site, it's been through mid-control to vents. So this B defense may be feeling like they've been underutilized in this match. But, I mean, look at the defensive lean as well. FaZe has played this a couple times with a player in vents, player at sandbags, and a player, like a swing player on highway. So a lot of emphasis on keeping mid-control.
Yeah, the problem is with this B sort of aggression is it's so scripted at this point. Like, HellRaisers know it's coming. I think the only time we've actually seen any other real aggression was that one round where Nico gets 4 kills and he goes into Squeaky.
Yep.
Other than that, maybe they've gone into mid a little bit, but not anything that seems like a confident phase. Like, nowhere near as much as what we saw from Deadfox on the other side of things. Either way, we are going to build up. It's going to be the smoke setup over towards A. They have been holding this quite loose so far, but there's a second player here for the first time in quite a while. Molotov going to go down to at least slow them a little bit, and Rain is well positioned, catches one, looking for a second but can't quite connect, traded eventually, but the bomb has been dropped and Nico's just popping heads. Third kill for him, switches to his Deagle, but Zero is nowhere near the action.
Yeah, Zero was just over towards the B bomb site hoping to pick off a rotator, but doesn't get the opportunity, and Nico is just a turret inside that A bomb site, killing everything coming onto his screen. Swings wide, commits to the fight. Zero does find that. That's money you don't want to lose, but either way, There's the up kill from Alu to end the round. They're now up to 10. 5 more.
Yeah, getting 4 in a row themselves. We've already seen one pause come out. Haven't got the AWP back into the hands of DevFox, which definitely could be this sort of avenue we're looking for. But this is more what we want to see from NiKo. Just maneuvering himself around the site, picking 1v1 duels, making it look easy, of course. That's what he does. But once again, just pistols in play. A little bit more invested this time. They've got a small amount of utility onto Angel. They're actually going to go aggressively over towards Squeaky. Just look to basically get onto the site, get that bomb down, and boost their money.
Yeah, what are they going to do here? This has got to just be smoke for Highway. Yeah, maybe one flashbang. There's a Molotov on the default plant spot. Rain with 1 kill. They know exactly where NiKo is, but Molotov's holding him back. But now he's all alone, and he gets taken out. It's a 4-on-3. How many times have we seen this? Rifles are being salvaged. The bomb is going down. Plenty of utility in the FaZe clan's hands. Ooh. That's a nice nade, and the Molotov is going to follow it up.
Almost the double coming in, but it's just going to be quick kills coming out. 1 man left. Bondik gets 2, making this interesting. It's actually Alu with the AWP, not really the man you want in a sort of retake scenario. This Tech 9 is only going to take 1 bullet to the face. He's going to maneuver himself back around. Both players sort of just ducking back. Bondik trying his best to burn this time. Down, and he spots it out. 1 versus 3 for Bondik. He closes the game with that clutch, and it's pistols that do the work in the end.
Yeah, well, that story has been written so many times. A comeback is occurring, and it's just a heavy pistol play to 1 bomb site. They take it over. Even with the nades, even with the Molotovs raining and getting 3 quick consecutive kills, Bondik, I think that was actually a 1-on-3 when it all boils down to it. So brilliant job from him. But, I mean, in reality, the man of this match went a little bit quiet, you almost feel, in the second half. But DeadFox on the CT side just dictated the pace. When they were down 2-6, they rattled off 13 straight, largely based on his opping on that CT side.
No, he had an absolutely incredible performance, and that was something that was mentioned on the desk by us, by everyone, that this man has gone quiet as of recent. Of course, we haven't seen them too much in LAN performances. I think the last may have actually been the major, but today he was there, definitely there. Was the best player in the server by quite a margin, I feel.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, this match kind of boils down to FaZe's T side, just not dynamic enough, not really changing the looks. They were giving him too much. They allowed DeadFox to have so much freedom to be aggressive. You know, when you play that like slow pace, like default style, like that, you know, no matter where he chooses to push, he's usually only going to have like 1 player that he can just get that pick because everyone's spread out across the map. So FaZe never really got a good read on where he was going to be and never had any way to really punish it. Once that gets rolling and the economy's there, even if you start killing them, even if you start dealing damage, they have the money to keep reinvesting in that op. So very, very, very tough to manage.
Yeah, the other thing I wonder is sort of did they actually go for any sort of faster plays? I don't really remember them just gathering up and trying to actually push towards each other. Either way, we do have the analysts ready and waiting to go through this match for you.
Hi, Yanko.